Hey everybody, welcome back to Tim Travels. It's Terry, your host. We're traveling today in Wisconsin. Hope everybody's doing well. So it's more like winter than it is like spring today. It's bright and sunny, but it's like 30 degrees and the wind is blowing pretty hard. I was outside a little bit ago and I had a hoodie on and it was just like blowing through my hoodie. So I did see some snowflakes today. So I mean actual snowflakes, not people that are, kind of whiners. But I'm gonna have a different show about that maybe later today. But I did want to do something, and I hope everybody finds this a little bit useful. In the past, I've seen people that have trucking channels talking about equipment they use and little things that make their lives easier. So I wanted to just feature 3 products that I have. 2 were gifts of mine, or gifts to me, I should say. And the last one was a purchase that I made using my points at Love's when it was on sale. So the first thing I want to talk about is my nav. You probably see that it's a Garmin 700 series, the trucker nav. I like it. It gives me information. Like a lot of times I don't care about my mileage as much as how much time it's going to take to get someplace. So that's a useful feature. But this also gives you all sorts of things that I like, including like the next mile marker. It doesn't show it because I'm not out on the freeway. Elevation is a little bit important sometimes. Sunrise, sunset. But it's nice because it gives me information that I feel like I can use. And and the mount is really good. So Garmin has definitely gotten the mount part of it right. Like that thing does not move. Like the mount that my phone is on right now while I'm filming this, it's good, but it still shakes and rattles and so I have to kind of brace it up against the A post here when I'm driving. The other, so that's the Garmin 700 series DEZL diesel trucker nav. That was on sale $349.99. I think the regular price is maybe $399.99 at Love's. But like I said, I just piled up a bunch of points and used my points to get it. So not too shabby. If you buy enough fuel, you can pile up points pretty quickly. So the next thing I want to talk about is this LuxPro light that my wife got me. And it's I don't know, and I apologize, I don't have the model number, but if you see this, it's basically, it's a headlamp. And I know that these sell on Amazon for about 15 to 20 bucks. And like I said, my wife got it for me. It was like a stocking stuffer, but it really works well. So let me I'll put it on here. It stays in place. I mean, I don't have any hair really, so that's not an issue. It stays in place, but this, but it rotates down or up. So depending on the angle, it's really comes in handy when you're doing a pre-trip or post-trip at night. It also comes in handy when you want to check and make sure that the pin on your skid plate is locked behind the kingpin when you've hooked a trailer or something. I like to get under there and, you know, give it a visual. I mean, I still do a tug test, but that's as much to check that as it is to check the trailer brakes. But yeah, it really comes in handy, and it's pointing where you look. It's got a lot of different light options. This is the brightest light option, and it's bright enough to see that pin being latched behind the kingpin during the day. And then it's got a lower power. It's got a flashing. This probably would come in handy if you were outside at night and you just wanted to be seen. You wanted people to notice you. So think about you're on the roadside in the middle of the night, and you know you got to get a tire changed. And then so that's a switch on the right hand side. On the left hand side, it's got a switch. It's got this is white light, but it's kind of lower. If you've watched any of my videos at night, I actually use this as kind of like a little spotlight for my face, so I don't have all the background light not shining on me. Then it goes red, and it also has a green feature. I guess if you want to keep your night vision, if you're doing some tactical stuff with the truck. But anyway, this is it was a great gift from, like I said, from my wife, stocking stuffer, inexpensive, and it works like a champ. It works as advertised. You know, when you adjust the head strap, it works great. The last thing that that was also a gift from my daughter, my oldest daughter. You know, like most drivers, I have a few pair of gloves. I have winter gloves, but these are the gloves that I use to, you know, pump fuel, right? It's got the rubber, and it's just got basically a knitted back, a little bit of elastic, right? But these things, if you're outside in Nebraska or Iowa during the winter and you got to touch anything that's metal, or even if you're just outside and the wind's blowing, these aren't quite enough. Your hands will still get really cold. So my daughter bought me these cold weather grips. And first of all, the rubber on them is a little more, I guess I call it robust than what you get on like a regular pair of just the, I don't know, rubberized gloves. But also, you know, the cuffs are a lot tighter, and it's got fleece on the inside. And these things have worked pretty dang well. I mean, you know, when it's 5 degrees in Nebraska and the wind's blowing like 30 knots, I mean, you're gonna be cold. But these things have been a godsend, a lifesaver, and I got them for my daughter. And you know, we're kind of, even though today is kind of chilly, we're kind of coming to the end of the winter season. So I would say that these are probably good unless you're like constantly running in super cold temperatures. These are probably good for, you know, 2 winters, because like I said, they're a little bit dirty, but they don't have any appreciable wear, and I used them all winter, or most of the winter. So yeah, I mean, so these are WL, so I think that's Wells-Lamont, actually. It's the little donkey. Wells-Lamont cold weather grips. I would recommend these. Keep your hands warm, and keep your hands from getting fuel on them. So anyway, quick review, 3 products that I like, that I've used. I'm always slow to adapt stuff. I just got that trucker nav probably about, I don't know, 4 months ago. I just navigated with maps and what was in my head, and then I would use my phone. But I like that. It gives me, it's not so much the navigation, because I always have kind of had a feel for what roads not to go down. Like, I'll just look at a road and at an intersection, and I'll be like, nah, I don't want to turn down there. A lot of times I can just tell. I don't know if it's, you know, 6th sense or whatever. But And I have had trucker navs, like installed ones on Qualcomm's or whatever at other companies that have led me astray, but this thing does pretty good. It's not completely correct on everything. Sometimes it'll tell you that a road is truck prohibited when it's only part of the road and you could still get to your shipper or receiver. I had that just last night on a place that I picked up a bunch of times. So anyway, you still gotta be a truck driver and figure things out for yourself, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The light from LuxPro, again, I would recommend that. It's inexpensive. It works great. It stays on your head, and it's got a lot of features that could, come in handy in an emergency. And it really is nice to have your hands freed up. When you're in a place that's really dark, and who hasn't been there when you go into some drop lot and there's no ambient light, there's no street lights, there's no there's nothing, so you're just in the dark, and the work lights on the back of your cab are probably not going to be enough. So it's nice to have that, but also have both hands free. And again, the Wells-Lamont cold weather grips, again, I recommend those. They were really good and comfortable this winter. Kept my hands warm in a lot of situations where they would have been cold otherwise. So hope you enjoyed that report. If you got products you like that are kind of in the same categories, I'd love to hear about them. Please subscribe, like, comment, and we'll be back soon. Be safe. Bye.